Hey guys, welcome to class. Welcome to Literature in English SS2. Welcome to another week of learning. Last week I taught you guys figures of speech, some very unique ones, and I hope you've been reading. I hope you've all been paying attention. I hope you've all been following me. Have you? Good. So let us make progress. So in today's class we'll be looking at poetry. We'll be doing poetry today. Now, before we went on the midterm break and we wrote the midterm exam, I taught you a non-African poem, The Journey of the Magi by T.S. Eliot. But we'll now go to African. You know, I always alternate it. We do one African, one non-African, one African and one non-African. So today we'll be looking at, this week we'll be looking at A Government Driver on His Retirement by Onu Chibuike. A Government Driver on His Retirement by Onu Chibuike. Now, as you know the culture, most times we look at the background of the poet, but we don't have much about him for now. Of course, I want to give you a very detailed account of his life. Of course, he's still alive. Onu Chibuike, that's the best I know about him. Yes, and he's very much reachable. It's even something we can reach, which I'm working on. Now, I wouldn't be giving you any notes on his background yet until I have a detailed biography on this intellectual, on this poets. You understand, this renowned poets in Nigeria, Onu Chibuike. Now, so we'll just go into analyzing the poem instead of the regular critically examining his background. Do you get, guys? Are you together? So we'll go into analyzing the poem immediately. Okay. A Government Driver on His Retirement. Good. Which government are we talking about? Obviously Nigeria, right? It's obviously Nigeria we're talking about, right? So now, by Onu Kingsley Chibuike. Many years on wheels. Now, who is a government driver? Is someone who is an official driver, someone who has been driving for the government. A government driver is automatically a civil servant. Now, in Nigeria, you know who a civil servant is. Someone that works for the government, someone that serves the country. You understand? Someone that serves the country, that works for a number of years. I think 35 years, right? In Nigeria, I think it's 35 or 36. You work for the government and then you are meant to retire. You understand? So many years on wheels in faithful services for the fatherland, meaning we don't know the particular ministry he was working for. Maybe he was sent to a politician or whatever, or the government house or any state house or any ministry. We just know he was a civil servant, and for many years he was on wheels, meaning he's been driving for years, you know. Many years on wheels. Now, if I tell you this line, many years on wheels, what figure of speech? I hope you know a synecdoche, or parts to represent a whole and a whole to represent parts. Many years on wheels. I shouldn't have said it. Should have been a task for you. In faithful service to his fatherland, today retires he home. So, and a celebration he holds. You know, there's this thing that comes with retirement. It's a time of celebration. It's a time of joy. It's a time when people get to see it. It's a time when people get to celebrate it. It's not easy working for such a long time, whether you like it or not. You have people who have been retired working for the government for 30-something years. Man, guys, that's quite a long time, and it's something that should be celebrated no matter what. So he said, and a celebration he holds. Many years he had pummeled his busy throats in obedience to duty, rules and regulation. Now, what are those major rules for a driver? Do not drink and drive. As a driver, most of them that works with the government, they are very strict on them. If they notice your eye is red or you smell like you took alcohol, you could be fired, you could be sacked, you'll be given 1 strike, 2 strikes, that's query. When your query gets too much, you could be fired, because you can't be driving government officials, you can't be driving human beings. Let's even leave the status now. You can't be driving human beings and be, you know, drinking. That is why most times, even Gouda, Origin, most of these are Guinness, most of these are drinks. When we see them on the billboards, maybe we're on transit and we see the billboards and they're like do not drink and drive, drink responsibly. So in obedience to duty rules and regulation, this young man, meaning he had to say, man, I need to take a break. He barely drank because my job needs my total dedication. My job needs my total dedication. I am a government driver. I shouldn't be drinking. So at this point, I'm sure you'll be like, wow, you followed the rules. Awesome, right? Aren't you guys saying something like that? Like, no, this man actually followed the rules. Some drivers will go behind and drink and all that. Now, I'm not saying every accident caused is due to drunk driving, but there are so many accidents that we have witnessed that is due to drunk driving. True or false? True. You can agree with me on that, right, guys? Now, today he will come home a free man, eligible for his country's services. Today he's returning. It's a big deal. What most of us do, some of us go to church for Thanksgiving. I remember my aunt retired one time like that. It was a big deal. We actually threw a party because there's this sum they give you. The government gives you, I think, your gratuity and all that, and they give you, celebrate with you. And sometimes she did a big feast. She worked as a clerk in an institute for like 35 years. So when she retired, she threw a party, and we are on fire. We said, I can remember that I ate. I was quite young then. I was in secondary school. I can't remember a particular year, but I know it was not so long though, but it's been a while. Today he will go home a free man, eligible for his country's services. So now, if you notice that this poem is more like a dialogue, a man narrating, and is also quoting. You can see him quoting the subjects he's talking about. He said, "Come, friends, rejoice with me. Come, friends, rejoice with me. I shall booze and zoom myself home, away from duty rules. Come celebrate my freedom." Most times when you're working for the government, it seems like you're not free. Yes, because you are under them for years. You have to obey their rules. If the government says show up, show up. If they say stay at home. You have to serve them. You are serving the country. You understand? This more like community or something. You are serving the country. So you understand. Some might even say it's more like a faceless society, though I don't know what you think, but so it was like he was free. Like, man, I'm no longer anybody. I am a free man. I have paid my dues. This man paid his dues. So he's like, come, friends, rejoice with me. I shall booze and zoom myself home. You see that? Meaning booze. When you say booze. In fact, it's one of our colloquial language. It's talking about drinking. I am going to, man. When they say he's gone, he's a goner. Like he has drunk to stupor. He had plans for that celebration. He had huge plans. He had huge plans. You understand? So he said, come friends, rejoice with me. I shall booze and zoom myself away. You understand? So, away from duty rules, come celebrate my freedom. He continued his conversation. Early to duty tomorrow holds not. You know that feeling when you're on holiday? How many of you used to have that feeling? You're on break now, this kind of holiday, and it's like the last day of school. You wrote your last paper, and Bella will be like, the principal will now make an announcement that morning. So you'll be like, oh boy, you mean tomorrow I don't have to wake up early? Mama won't have to scream and say, what are you doing on the bed? Wake up! You need to go to school and all that. You know this excitement. That's how it felt. Say, early to duty tomorrow holds not. He continued. 35 years of faithful services. He has worked for the government. It's not easy working for the government for 35 years. I will booze to sleep away from my sufferings. Today I have long waited for, meaning, it's been a while. I have been waiting for today. I said, I can't wait for when I'll retire, be free. He had waited for that day, and the day finally came. So he was telling them, people, today is the day. Just indulge me, because today I am going to misbehave. Today I'm going to drink. He said he's happy. You can, the tone, when I tell you to critically comment on the writer's tone, the subject matter's tone, the persona, you should know what to do, how to comment. He sounds really, really happy. Like, this man is done. I'm done with working for these people. He said, today I have long waited for. So we make progress. So the poet continues. The narrator continues, more joy to send him home. A brand new car in his name. You understand? Maybe that was a gift from someone. Yeah, instead they said an appreciative symbol for undented 35 years of service to fatherland, meaning for working for the government for like 35 years. He was rewarded with a car. That was more like his gratuity. Some get millions. It's possible his was a car, and even the millions too. So, after driving for 35 years, you're finally given a car. That's the best they could do. I don't know. For undented 35 years of service to fatherland. For undented 35 years of service to fatherland. Good. He now went further. So he's happy. He was given a gift of a brand new car, and all that. The government appreciated his 35 years of service. He now went further. I said, come, friends, and rejoice more. Joy till no more joy to joy. I love the play on words here. It's a fantastic one. I love the parallelism. So joy till no more joy to joy. Like drink till no more drink to drink. You get that? Okay. Today frees and makes me a king. My patience rewarded. That's why they always say a patient dog eat the fattest bone. So I know at this point it still seems like he's having the best time of his life. He ate the fattest bone and he's worked and he's been rewarded and he's free and he got a car. He's going to be collecting pension monthly and all that. So I believe this is, he's being rewarded. You understand? He's being totally rewarded. Now, today frees and makes me a king. My patience rewarded. You get, he's so excited. Like, I've served for 35 years. I'm a free man. I'm so excited. You get, I'm actually happy for him at this point. Like, it's not easy driving people to and from different places around the country, possibly outside. Though most countries might not allow him because he might not have a license. He's not a citizen. But within the country, he has served and served. Can I say that? And so, take note of this. And so, there was a change in tone here. He boozed and boozed, celebrating the celebration of his retirement. Meaning, oh boy, the man was on a cruise. He drank and drank and drank. It was like, people that love parties. You get. From faithful service to fatherland, he battled with his bottle booze. You can detect figures of speech here, right? I'm going to give you a test. So obviously, this is your second CA. He battled with his bottle booze. This is a man that was barely drinking for 35 years. You understand? So does it mean he has been waiting for that time? Is it that, it's like, man, I haven't had this much fun in 35 years because of this so-called profession of mine, this so-called job I was offered by the government. And the one day where I get to finally celebrate, you're telling me that I shouldn't? Who the hell are you? So he boozed and boozed, celebrated the celebration of his retirement from faithful service to fatherland. You understand? It was a faithful service, obviously, because he followed rules and regulation. Let's be honest. Good. On his way home on wheels, our guy was cruising in his new car. He just got up from the bar. He possibly paid for everybody's drink. Like, your drinks on me, your drinks on me, your drinks on me, and all that. I just got retired. I'ma sponsor you all tonight. Tabs on me. Waiter, bring your POS, whatever. Here's my card, current account, savings account, impute is whatever, and he paid for everything. Like, guys, bye. I got to go home now. In America, they all actually, you can't drive under influence. They call it DUI. And having one DUI alone it can actually taint your career. It shows you are not responsible. You are not self-disciplined. You get that? You shouldn't drink and drive. Now, personally, you would have been wondering why someone they allowed him to go, right? At least someone should have volunteered and say, hey, you can't live like this. Like, you need to allow someone take you home. Who can take our friend home? Who can take this guy home? You understand? You have to allow someone take you home. But everybody was happy. Like, he sponsored my meal. He can go for hey, I'm so grateful. I'm drinking. Maybe they're still drinking. He had to just go home to the family. And on his way home on wheels, he shouldn't have been on that wheels. This is where I got sad. Bruce his vision and clear judgment. Now, there was something I taught you. chiasmus. There was something I taught you, chiasmus, right? When you use a word to share two thoughts. The booze boosts his vision and clear judgments. I shouldn't be mentioning all these things. Now, his vision and clear judgments, meaning he could barely see. You know, when you're drunk, you can barely see. And clear judgment, it means he wasn't able to think clearly. At least he paused, or maybe even parked the car at the bar or wherever he was having fun and take a keke or a taxi or a cab. He boomed his brand new car and it sent him home to rest in peace. How sad are you right now? I'm speechless. I don't know what to say at this point. I'm so disappointed. Like, guys, this is a man that has labored for 35 years. One day of fun sent him home to rest in peace. Now see the play on the words home. He didn't go home physically, he went into the transcendental. I'm so not happy about this part. I don't know how you all feel. I'm sure someone's like, Miss Gift, it's all his faults. At least for someone who has been responsible for 35 years, he should know when he shouldn't be drinking and when he should be drinking, right? I'm sure some of you are actually saying that. Are you? I understand. So he boomed his brand new car and it sent him home to rest in peace. It sent him home to rest in peace. So our retired government driver actually died, guys. So this is how our prom ended. Yeah, I'm actually really down. It shouldn't have happened to him, not someone who has labored this long. Now I have to stop here. I'm not so happy, I'm not so pleased, but this is what it is. This poem teaches us responsibility. We shouldn't be reckless in the decisions we make, as much as they seem happy at that moment. Okay, guys? So please, we'll be looking at themes and poetic devices in subsequent week. But just take down this one down, take it in, analyze it, reflect, critically examine it. It's not everything I mentioned, and I will be meeting next week. Okay, so we'll stop here. Don't feel sad, okay? Some of you might say he brought it upon himself. I don't know. Some of you might say he has probably been drinking all those years he's been driving, because you can't be able to control something for 35 years and be reckless for one day and die. I don't know. It is what it is. I know someone that says that a lot. Some of you might know that person too. Okay, guys, we'll stop here. Take care, stay safe, read, reflect, okay, and take good care of yourself. I'll be giving you an activity, hopefully, and keep reading. Love you guys. Bye.